Hello, my name is Ron Kaufman. I'm the author of the best-selling book, Uplifting Service, and the founder of the company, Up Your Service. One of the most critical elements in building a superior and sustainable service culture is the role of leadership. In our work with many organizations, in a wide range of industries, and in cultures all over the world, we have identified specific behaviors of successful leaders who bring their organizations to a higher level of service performance and who build a culture that keeps that service strong over time. We call these the 7 rules of service leadership. The first rule is declaring service a top priority. Now, there are always various issues in business: increasing sales, increasing profits, cutting costs, improving speed, entering new markets, acquiring new customers. But when you look at the organizations who have been reputed for rock-solid service cultures, all of them declare service a top priority. Singapore Airlines, service even other airlines talk about. Changi Airport, the most awarded airport on the planet, who focus on service that's personalized, positively surprising, and stress-free. The Ritz-Carlton hotels. We are, ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies and gentlemen. Zappos, powered by service. American Express, Apple, Nordstrom, legendary brands that are built on a foundation, a declaration that service counts. It's important. Service is a top priority. The second rule of service leadership is to be a great role model, to be seen and heard as walking the talk with customers and with colleagues, with suppliers, partners, vendors, people who report to leaders, and people that leaders work with. The definition of service is taking action to create value for someone else. And a service leader is a role model of that kind of focus. Not what's in it for me, but what can I do for you? The third rule of service leadership is to promote a common service language. Now, this is absolutely key. If you're going to build a shared, strong, and sustainable service culture, you need to recognize that every department, each function, already has its own language. There is a language of finance, a language of HR, manufacturing, and marketing. They have their own distinctions, their own language. But to build a culture together, you need a common service language. Now, in this book and in our Up Your Service programs are fundamental service principles that you can use and ensure that other people use them too. Like the 6 levels of service, or the perception points in your service transactions. Understanding the 4 different categories of value, the 5 styles of service, or the progression from a service transaction to a repeating relationship to a powerful partnership, and how your organization can use the cycle of service improvement with 4 stages from explore, agree, deliver, and assure. You as a leader want to be sure that your colleagues understand what does it mean to move customers up the loyalty ladder? What does it mean to bounce back when things go wrong? When and how should your people use the proven tactic of under-promise, over-deliver, and the long-term strategy of clear, kept promises? Now, all of these terms that I just use are fundamental principles that must become a common service language. Your job as a leader is to make that so. And you can do it by using the language in what you say, what you write, in the language that you use in meetings, reviews, in planning, and in responding to all the situations that come up on a day-to-day basis. The 4th rule of service leadership is to measure what really matters. The leading indicators that get you where you want to go, and the lagging indicators that come later, demonstrating that you're actually earning the results you really want to achieve. Tracking and measuring focuses people's attention. It focuses their behavior. When you're building a strong service culture, what you want is new service ideas and new service actions. So measure that. How many new ideas have we come up with today? How many new actions have we taken this week? What is our goal for new service ideas and actions this month? When you measure ideas and actions, it will lead to compliments, and you can measure those. It will lead to better index scores, and you can track that too. And, of course, you can measure the final results. And here you must be crystal clear as a leader and for your people. What is it you're measuring? What is it you really want to achieve? Is it higher customer satisfaction or increased customer loyalty? Do you want more new customers who bring in other new customers? Or do you want more of your existing customers who upgrade and renew? Or are you looking for fewer customers, but who commit to you with bigger engagements? Whatever it is you choose, whatever is most important, make sure that those on your team understand why this is important. What is the impact on your business? And what can they do to help move the needle, to make a contribution to what it is you're measuring, to what it is that really matters? Now, the fifth rule is to enable and empower your team. I think that word empowerment is a bit overused. I mean, everybody says that they want their team to be empowered, but many leaders also hesitate. Now, question, why would you not empower someone? Answer, if you're afraid they're going to make a bad decision. But if you could be sure that they would definitely make a good decision, would you empower them? Gladly. Well, then the question really is, how can you be sure? And the answer is to enable, teach, coach, support, mentor, correct, encourage. Empower your people without enabling your people can leading to frustration on both sides. Now, the sixth rule of service leadership is to remove the roadblocks to service. And there are some things that only leaders can change. Certain policies, procedures, budget restrictions, spans of authority or control. In these areas, some practices keep on going simply because we've always done it that way. Well, these practices, these legacies, may have outlived their usefulness, if they were ever useful in the first place. When this kind of issue is identified as a roadblock to delivering better service performance to customers or to colleagues, then it's up to the leader to remove the roadblocks to service. And finally, number 7 is to sustain the focus and enthusiasm for service. Let's face it, there's a wear and tear in the business environment. There will always be upset customers and difficult situations, always new things to learn, unexpected conditions or competition. It can be too easy to simply lose focus or change focus and then have a hard time getting it back. A successful service leader maintains focus and enthusiasm for service. How? Through education, recognition, continuous focus on service improvement, always using and promoting the common service language, and personally, walking the talk. The 7 rules of service leadership. To build a superior and sustainable service culture, you and the other leaders in your organization need to understand these 7 rules, and you need to use them.